Hello everybody, this is UKC back in modded Borderlands, and trying to figure out what we're doing. I mean, I know where we're at in the missions, but trying to figure out what I wanted to talk about in the whole Borderlands community right now. Like basically not getting your hopes up high, because you know, a lot of people who originally designed Borderlands are gone. A lot of the people who probably did a lot of great things for this game are gone. But then there's a lot of new people who are pretty talented working on it, and you know, sometimes look at the new Star Wars, the last Star Wars. They basically just handed it over to a Star Wars fan, and he basically just went all crazy with the characters and just like, okay, well, we're gonna do Luke Skywalker wrong, and like he's the one who made this series, and you're just gonna shit all over him, you know. You know, they handed the story writing over to a director who was a Star Wars fan, and just screwed it all up. All he did was copy the original story and just change it up enough and hope that nobody would notice. But people like me who are people like me who remember the original story, old enough, know how bad he screwed it up, and he's just cashing in on somebody else's good work. That could happen with Borderlands, and getting your hopes up high and doing all that, and every time Randy tweets something, that automatically means that, oh, they're copying Destiny, or, you know, they're gonna put microtransactions in the game. Listen to it. Let me tell you something about microtransactions. What is DLC? What is a $1.99 headhunter pack? What is a 99-cent skin? Borderlands 2 had microtransactions since day one, okay? But Borderlands gave you something for your money. I don't have any of them, but Maya, like, they got that punk rock hair, and she's got her librarian head, like, and you spent 99 cents and you got a pack. Like, you get, like, a couple of heads, and then a couple of skins for 99 cents. That's a microtransaction, whether you like it or not. And at least Gearbox didn't just like suck on corporate teats and just say, okay, you know, you get 99 cents for each piece. Like some artist in the office just whips up something quick, and then 99 cents, you know, 99 cents a piece, you know, 99 cents. I mean, it would be kind of cool. You get the one that you wanted, but
I'm hearing more gunfire than usual.
If
still waiting for a response from my period.
30 times 6, it's 1 ammo per shot. It'll be more ammo efficient. In this area, you kind of got to be ammo efficient. Microtransactions are in this game. DLCs are kind of like that's what a headhunter pack is, basically. It's only a couple bucks. It didn't add like no new weapons or something. It just somebody whipped up a quick new area, added a couple of 4 or 5 new missions, a couple of little Easter eggs. They did, you know, but that's considered DLC. But I consider it a little, hey, you're still playing Borderlands? Well, for $2 or $3, you could play it a little longer. And I think you did, yeah, you did get a new head skin with each. So it was like buying a 99-cent skin pack and then getting a $1.99 little mini DLC. So they didn't go, oh, here's a loot box, like. And I never pointed it out, the golden box in Sanctuary, but to me that thing's the devil, okay? Yeah, Borderlands, when it first came out, you follow Gearbox on Facebook and Twitter and all that stuff, and you get golden keys, but over time that's going to die off, and eventually they're going to just stop putting out keys. They're not going to pay somebody the social media person to constantly be redoing keys, and what the hell happened there? And you might one day that box might not have golden keys anymore for it. But long as there's like websites that put all the usable golden keys up, you know, an average newbie player can go on that website and then just download 150 keys, you know, if they want to enter all that crap in. Oh, that's them shooting them and then they're blowing up. So that thing, you know, an average new player who doesn't even know how to know what guns are good, doesn't know what like doesn't use the keys for what they're designed for. Like if you was falling behind on levels, you could kind of, if you weren't getting a good gun your level, you could go get a golden key and then put it in and then go get a, you know, 2 purple weapons out the loot box. It always drops purple. It can't, there's no chance of it dropping a legendary. And then kind of stuck on social media, and I'm like, you know, I don't want to do that in video games, so I never really messed with it. And then one day I kind of got mad. I'm like, why'd they put this thing in the game that because I choose not to follow them on social media, I can't use, you know? So one day I found out there was a glitch. There was some kind of glitch where you could get like 999 keys or something. So it was just a tutorial online. I did it. I got 999 keys, and then I started my Axton, my highest level Axton, and then I basically sat with my lobby open. I would open the chest, load up to my inventory's full, go out into the courtyard and just throw all the guns out. And then just let people get as many weapons as they wanted. And you know what I learned? That box doesn't have crap in it. Almost everything in there is stupid slag weapons, and there's really nothing in that chest at all. And then if there's no good weapons in there, new players are going on and getting, oh, I got 100 golden keys and Facebook, and then they're putting that in, and they get in these crappy guns thinking they got these good guns. And I don't think they should do the golden chest. If they're going to do something like a golden chest, you could have it on social media. I don't find that there's nothing inherently wrong with getting golden keys through the shift system. But make like random bosses, like your unique bosses, like Donkey Kong and Muscles drop golden keys. You know, when you find these, you know, really rare enemies, you know, who don't have drop rates, don't have loot pools and stuff, make those enemies drop golden keys. So, you know, like when you get a Donkey Kong, you're like, oh cool, a chance to get a golden key, you know. And then one day when that, you know, 15 years from now, when Gearbox isn't supporting Borderlands anymore, or not putting out keys for it anymore, that box isn't just some stupid piece of decoration sitting in Sanctuary. You can still use it. You know, and people who don't have Twitter and people who don't have Facebook or don't want Facebook can still play the game. Oh, I forgot the key. I forgot all the keys. But, you know, I don't think that's a good thing, that box. If you're playing a playthrough on YouTube and you're like just going through the story missions trying to get gear, and then you was stuck at the old drop rates, yeah, that thing was a lifesaver. You could, you know, pull out a decent normal damage shotgun, or because I mean you could always get Jacob's weapons out of that. There's some of the stronger weapons in the game. So you always had a chance to get those, but a lot of times when you get elemental, they almost always slag. You get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of slag weapons, and that's kind of dumb. You don't even need slag at this part of the game, and they're kind of shoving slag weapons down your throat. Now I just think it's not cool. I don't like it.
Hold it right there.
Shield back a little bit. So yeah, assault rifles are awesome now. E-techs are even more awesome because they were supposed to be good. It was supposed to replace a whole class of weapons, the iridium weapons, which didn't even use ammo. And then, like, the snipers could do damage, but then they couldn't crit. And it kind of didn't make up. It was kind of just like the assault rifles. The blasters couldn't crit. I don't think any of the weapons could crit. The plasma casters were the only good weapons in the whole bunch.
Stay put.
Yeah, I wanted to get up there, but they're not going to let me, are they? Buddy, with the side beam. There's a mod that lets these guys spawn with like any weapon in the game, just random, just like you. And it's called like the Chaos Mod or something like that. And I'll get good at the game, I'll download that. Just, like I said, their accuracy will probably still be crap, but they'll be hitting you with more powerful weapons instead of just white garbage weapons. I ain't got any ammo for this stupid thing. Let's see if we get 2 of them. See, but we did do damage through the other guy. So it lets this, 2 ammo per shot weapon. I'm sure it's 2 ammo per shot. It lets a 2 ammo per shot weapon, like, kind of get like a pseudo bore a little bit. I think that's a pretty cool thing. Because that's the one thing I do love about Zeros and 4.
No more ammunition!
Got him with the dot kill. Okay, so what we're going to have to do is we'd have to go in there forward and then just like zap him. This is an electric and it's got a good fire rate. I have to try to crit the crap out of him. Kind of wish I had a little bit spec'd in the mind's eye to get a little more critical damage, but I think we'll be alright. Gotta get all the ammo I can. This ammo. First time I've ever played this, this thing kicked my ass. Those badass loaders had me backed up all the way over here. I wasn't doing no damage, I was out of ammo. All I had was fire weapons. I got my ass handed to me the first time I played this as Axton. I was running around like an idiot trying to wait for my turret to come back so I could use scorched earth on them. And
Careful! Badass!
Take the legs out.
the thing about this is getting on top of him, because as soon as he spawns something, you're dead. You're going to fall behind. But if you could stay on top of him like that, you pretty much got him. Let's go see if we can get some ammo here. Get my blaster back out. 189. All sniper ammo. Like I said, I'm not that great of a player. I'm good enough, but normal mode is just too damn easy. And then with the mods buffing the weapons to make them viable at the end game, everything, you know, let's say you put a 10% buff on a weapon to make it viable at the end game at OP8. 10% on a gun that does 1 million damage is a lot. But 10% on a gun that does 19 damage at the beginning of the game, 10% of 19 is 1.9, so that would be 1 extra damage, and then the game would round that down to just 1. Unless you had some weapons damage buffs in your character skill tree to kind of get that 1.9 up a little bit, but then that's not the game buffing the gun, it's you buffing the gun. So you know, once I started thinking about it, I was like,
meet me back at Sanctuary.
other than the sniper rifles and the revolvers, but that's stuff that I definitely wouldn't play
You
without.
saved Roland. This planet's been waiting for a hero like you.
Any grenades, I could have annihilated him with a freaking fastball, and I didn't even throw a single grenade.
Time for some training.
Okay, so we want to basically, I know I'm doing this, but for beginner players, read all your skills. Don't just say, oh, shield, heal, mag size, you know, because these skills are more intertwined and more complicated than like flicker, affects scorn. Immolate is incendiary damage, but only in Fight for Your Life based on weapons damage. So elemental Jacobs kind of becomes a thing. So your Jacobs weapons can be really good Fight for Your Life because they have high base damage, so they do high incendiary damage. You know, specking in, you know, and don't be afraid to respec. I never really found motion much use other than just ward for early game. And then you always want a couple points in sweet release because Maya has no way to heal until you get past wreck. And then this, you phase lock, but only while an enemy is phase locked. So if you get this, you want to start, you know, health stacking a little bit, and then you could get away with like getting rid of sweet release and start specking into mind's eye wreck, and then this, and then when you get down to substance, you see heals all the time, so you don't really need the nurse class mod anymore. Read your skills, because I've been seeing a lot of people, and Dirk did a very good video on this. It was called Stop Wasting Skill Points. And it's like most players, they just don't read. Or a lot of people like come over from Call of Duty, heard how great Borderlands is, and they're not used to skill trees or like intricate, you know, they're used to just customizing their guns all down to the micro detail. They don't realize how intertwined Borderlands is. And then a lot of these skills based off of, this is a healing skill based on phase locking enemy then getting a kill. This is damage, fire rate and damage when phase lock. This is healing while phase lock, so it's like taking the condition off of sweet release. And then sweet release is not instant healing. It's you gotta phase lock, get the kill, wait for the orbs to come all the way back to you. And this is just, oh, I'm a little low in health, phase lock somebody. And then this is constant, always on healing. This lets you basically have moxie weapons all the time.